American University.
That's right. Major is the right term, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. That didn't sound like Malcolm McLaren to me.
It didn't, did it?
No, I never heard his voice being that high.
Yeah, really. Yeah, but there it is.
Ah.
Anyway.
Another claim to fame for Malcolm. Yes. He'll take anyone and claim it's his, right?
You guys were at rehearsal tonight, getting ready for your show on Saturday?
Yep. That's what we were doing. Trying to work over some new material, actually. It's kind of odd, actually, because no one knows the new material in the first place, right? Which to us is now about 6 months old. So now we're even working over more new material, and no one's going to know what that is either, because they haven't heard it on a record yet.
Right. Are you planning to release a record soon?
I think it's going to be not till about May that an album will actually come out. And like the single you've been playing was specifically for an English release, not American, although we managed to ship it to most American colleges because we wanted to put it on college radio here and didn't want to put it on commercial radio.
Right. Is this available in stores or not?
And it's available in stores where they carry like import records.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's called Wall of Voodoo, Big City. It's a 45, a small one, on IRS Records. And I wonder if we can get a little bit of the background information. I sure would love it, and I think the listeners might be interested too. I just wondered, where did your group form? Where did you start, and when was it? How long have you been playing together?
The new one.
Well, no, originally. How long? When did Wall of Voodoo start originally? And where did you guys meet up?
The first Wall of Voodoo started like 5 years ago, I think it was. Maybe more than that now. And it started as a soundtrack company, is what we wanted to do. It was actually Mark and Stan. They didn't want to do a band anymore. We were all sick of being in bands, and we'd been through like a lot of punk rock bands in 1977 and stuff when people were really trying to change things a lot. And we got sort of tired of it, and so it was like they wanted to have this company that just made soundtracks for films, for like sleazy horror movies and cheap porno movies and student films and things like that. And that's sort of the state they were at when I joined the band, although they had played one live show, because the soundtrack thing wasn't working out because they didn't know anybody who would give them money to do this soundtrack stuff. And besides that, the songs were so weird that no one could understand what they were trying to do soundtrack-wise, and so we turned them into songs and then started playing shows, and that's like how the original band got started.
Yeah. Did you do a lot of shows around L.A. in your early days?
Oh, sure.
Where did you play? Where was your first place you played?
You're just a kid. You don't know these things, do you? The first show, I think, was at a place at that time was called The Other Mask. It was run by the guy Brendan Mullen, who had started the original Mask, who people who follow sort of that sort of stuff would know what that is.
Right, that's what I wanted to find out.
Yeah, because the original Mask was in a basement below the Pussycat Theater on Hollywood Boulevard, which is where we all met, because we were in bands playing down there. Mark and I were in a band called The Skulls, which you guys probably don't have a record of that. There's a couple of them out, but they're pretty obscure. And so anyway, Brendan started another place called The Other Mask, and they played a show there, and then they played a show at Immaculate Heart College about the same time, which was sort of the one that garnered a lot of attention for Wall of Voodoo, because when they were going up to play, Mark, our guitar player, tripped over the main power cable for the lighting system in the place, and they did the entire show in the dark. There was no lights on during the whole time because no one could figure out how to plug this thing back in, right? It was like a lot of real heavy technical people at that show, right? So that was the beginnings of the live things. And then from then, I mean, we played all over the place for a couple of years. We played all the time. All the little clubs. Yeah, the Whiskey and then the Roxy, and I mean, I forget all the clubs that were happening then, Madame Wong's and the Hong Kong Cafe and all that.
A few of them have faded.
A lot of them have faded.
Yes.
Unfortunately so, because at that time it was real nice. I mean, a new band could play all over town and never play the same place twice.
Well, you are playing at one of the newer concert venues, only about a year or so, the Palace in Hollywood, at Hollywood and Vine.
Yep, that wonderful showcase of Hollywood talent. Yeah.
You're not too happy about that, or?
Oh, it's all right. I mean, myself, when I go to see a band play at the Palace, I I don't think the place sounds that great. I mean, I wish they would go back to opening a smaller club like the Whiskey or the Roxy that holds about half as many people as the Palace and has a sound system that's much better, actually. But that's the way it goes here.
That's the way it goes. You'll be there Saturday night. Are you playing with any other group, or are you...
Yeah, we're playing with, actually, my favorite group of anywhere right now, which is a band called the Lonesome Strangers. And it's our old drummer, Joe Nannini, his new band. And if you're a fan of country music at all, they are like the best country band I've heard in years.
All right.
They're incredible. The guys who sing have these great harmonies. They have great songs. They're just a really fun band to watch. If you want to have a beer and watch a band, they're like the best band you can go see.
All right. Sounds great. So check it out, folks, over at the Palace.
And they'll actually be singing a few songs with us. They're two singers. After they finish their set, they're coming back on with us to sing some songs.
Great. Shall we give a spin to your new record?
Surely. Why not?
It's called Big City. It's Wall of Voodoo.
Closes his eyes to the world. drain the blood. I make those leaders take the mud. We grab the wheels and we turn them round. One more pull and we're on hard ground. To the road, to the road, to the radio. To the road, to the road, to the radio. When I got west, the hills were steep. 'Twould make a tender person weep to hear me cuss and pop my whip, to see my oxen pull and slip. To the road, to the road, to the radio. To the road, to the road, to the radio. To the radio, to the radio. Ohio, the promised land, Nebraska, Wyoming.
What the hell was that? You may be asking yourself?
That was great. That's the kind of music that, like, Wall of Voodoo sits around and listens to when we're trying to pick winners for the track, you know. Mark and Bruce are big fans of the track, and they've, like, sort of conned me into the whole thing. So we sit around in the mornings and we pick up the paper and we make all our picks for the day and try to go out there as much as we can, but when we don't go, we pick them anyway and then try to send other people out. We have, like, one of our roadies now goes out there about every other day for us and takes our money and puts it down on a horse.
How are you guys doing? Any good?
No, not me. Mark does pretty well, actually. Mark sort of got it together, but I have no idea. I just take wild guesses.
Right, just like me.
In fact, at the Palace Show this Saturday, we'll be handing out Wall of Voodoo tip sheets for the next day on Sunday. Yeah,
all right.
We'll have
and
tip sheets as to who our favorite picks are for that day.
All right, and free, not for $2.
No, those are free. Yeah,
all right, excellent.
You can make paper airplanes out of them, whatever you want, you know. If you like to bet, though, they're going to be sure winners. You can't lose. It's a sure bet. That may be the title of our next record, too.
All right. You know what that was? That was actually, for the people who may be curious, that was the overture and themes from How the West Was Won on MGM Records. Where did you guys...
And you'll never find it, so don't bother to look for it.
Don't even try. You guys have that kind of that Western theme kind of sound, and where did you guys acquire that kind of sound? Are you from the West or the South, or you guys just picked that up along the way?
From the Southwest, yeah.
Southwest.
Well, actually, I'm not originally, but I've lived down here for about 12 years, and Mark and Bruce were born here, and so yeah, that's where it came from. It's just like hanging around too many cactus, you know, and horses and desert, and out here in the valley where everything is like, you know, wide open spaces.
All right, folks, we're talking to Chaz from Wall of Voodoo tonight here on the Rock Shift. I'm Steven, and it's coming up upon 1. It's still early.
You know what I still don't understand yet is how valley people got a valley accent. It's like, why don't they talk like this when people who settled the valley were like from Oklahoma and stuff, you know?
It's true.
But
maybe the government, you can get a government commission study. They'll give you like...
Somehow they developed this weird accent that's part English, like you hear in England, and part American.
Strange.
Throws me for a loop every time I hear it. And every time I talk to a girl out here, she says, "I don't have an accent." What?
That's pretty funny. So, well, what else? Let's see. You got a new single. Hopefully we'll have a new record from you. You have a request, too, right here.
Yeah. This is like one of Wall of Voodoo's favorite songs.
Yeah.
I think every time we go on a radio station, we listen to this song. These guys are brilliant. I think this song is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I really wish we would have done it. I think it's great.
We get a lot of requests for it, too. Everyone likes this. And everyone loves the Wall of Voodoo as well. And I hope in a little while you'll allow us to play a couple of the older Wall of Voodoo
I heard
songs.
those too many times. You know?
Right. Okay. Hey, if you guys want to hear something special, and, well, maybe I should say this off the air, but maybe we can give away some tickets or something for your show, but we'll work on that in a little while. Anyways, If anyone has a request or anything, give a call, 885-KCSN. This is The Rock Shift, and here's Wall of Voodoo's very favorite song.
Sometimes I try to do things, and it just doesn't work out the way I want it to, and I get real frustrated. And like, I try hard to do it, and I take my time, but it just doesn't work out the way I want it to. It's like I concentrate on real hard, but it just doesn't work out. And everything I do and everything I try, it never turns out. It's like I need time to figure these things out. There's always someone there going, hey, got that big my head, better lady, I'll be dead. I'm not crazy, you're the one that's crazy. You got me crazy. They take me in, they didn't do you say what? The only person you get in from the drugs is that you fucking got me myself. Doesn't matter, I'll probably get hit by a car anyway.
Hello, this is Monkey Wrench. Come in, calling Bunny Hutch headquarters. Tell Spooky Greyhead to don't stop creeping that eye. Tell Mr. Negative to check on the shark face. I thought this was a glamorous job.
Well, there's that man who's got everything that you need. And when the world is falling in, he'll never bleed. Goes by Jones in his scandal and stripping Beirut. His job's never free.
That's right. They're never satisfied till they get it right.
That's right.
That's right. That was, who was it? Bruce Joyner in the Plantations.
Yeah, he's a pal of ours.
A pal, and you told me that you had considered him at one time.
Yeah, at one point Mark and I wanted to have Bruce be the new singer for Wall of Voodoo, actually, and things didn't work out, so that's the way it goes, I guess.
Yeah, well, like I was telling you too, that he's got a new record coming out. I think he said it was on Virgin Records, so that's something pretty good for him.
Yeah, that sounds great. I mean, I can't wait to hear that. It should be really good. I think he's a good writer.
Yeah, so
in the meantime, though, we got Andy, man. Andy's a great singer,
just
right?
cooking. And we'll hear him again in a couple of moments on
our wonderful 8-track version of Room with a View. Which,
right. What did we hear?
Seems to get more airplay than the A side of that single. And Room with a View was actually recorded in about 5 hours in an 8-track demo studio, is what that song is.
Uh-huh.
And the persons that gave us the money to make that single were too cheap to give us enough money to re-record the song to do it right on the B side, and so they put the 8-track on there.
Huh.
So one day you'll actually hear a really good version of Room with a View.
Right, on your new record.
Or live. I mean, actually live it sounds about 100 times.
You'll be playing it Saturday night?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a fun one. It's an audience song, you know?
Yeah, and for the people who just might have tuned in on their 1 o'clock break. By the way,
108.34.
Right, since it is, I should mention that this is KCSN Northridge, Los Angeles, California, the Rock Shift with Steven here, and I'm speaking with Chaz from Wall of Voodoo, and they're playing Saturday night at the Palace Theater in Hollywood. Hopefully you can get down there and check it out.
It'll be a star-studded affair, I'm sure.
Yes, and you're playing with?
In fact, John Fogerty's coming to see us, I heard.
Really?
I
bet he'll be there.
One of my heroes.
All right,
me
too.
I heard he's coming. It's great. We tried to work up a version of Lodi, Stuck in Old Lodi today, but didn't quite have the voodoo treatment, so we gave up on it.
All right, that sounds great. And you're playing with the Lonesome Strangers.
Yeah, right.
All right. Excellent.
Who played here, actually, a couple of months ago. They
where
played
at the university?
In the pub or the bar or whatever it is here. Do you know what I'm talking about?
The pub.
Yeah,
the pub. Sorry, I don't know.
I don't know what it's called. I just came to see him play there. We actually wanted to play there tomorrow night. We tried to convince somebody to let us play there. No, not tomorrow night, Friday night. We wanted to play Friday night, and they said, "Oh no, we can't do that. It's got to be set up."
You gotta talk to my man Howard. He'll twist some arms for you. Our music
director.
If
anybody wants to let us, we'll come out Friday night and play there.
Right.
We'll play for nothing.
You hear that, folks?
If anybody wants to come and see us, we'll just come and do it.
Okay, that sounds great. We'll work on it. That would be hot. And matter of fact, I was supposed to mention, I don't have the sheet of paper in front of me, but Fishbone and Monopoly are playing out here at the Cal State Northridge. I think it's this Saturday, but in a few minutes I'll update you on that, okay? Sorry. And I just wanted to mention, before we heard Bruce Joyner, we heard Wall of Voodoo doing Spy World, and what was the other one called?
They Don't Want Me.
Yes, and that was from...
We'll be doing that Saturday, too.
All right, and that's from, the album Call of the West.
Right.
Wall of Voodoo's got a whole stack of albums. You guys should raid the backlogs of your record store for some good music. Everyone loves Wall of Voodoo. Yeah. Right. Let's listen to one more Wall of Voodoo from the older days. Actually, from your very first record.
Right.
You had some singles out before this?
No, we didn't. This was the first thing we put out. In fact, we used my tax return that year was half the money for this, and then IRS, I think, ended up putting up the other half before we were finished.
All right.
Because we ran out of money before we got done.
Well, let's listen to this. This is Wall of Voodoo, ladies and gentlemen, on The Rock Shift.
I fell into a ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames got higher. And it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire, the ring of fire, the ring of fire. Of love is sweet when hearts like ours beat. I fell for you like a child. Oh, but the fire went wild. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames got higher. And it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire, the ring of fire, the ring of fire. Yes, it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire, the ring of fire, the ring of fire.
That's an unusual number.
That's really odd. Yes. As I was saying, if they did that song now, they'd probably do it about 3 times as fast, right?
Probably. That was Sparks from 1971, from their very first record, Fletcher Honorama, and that was by request.
And they're from the same neighborhood as our guitar player and bass player, actually.
Yep. Must have been a...
They're all L.A. boys, you know?
That's right. From Los Angeles. A lot of people don't realize Sparks have been around so long. They've made like 14 records, and
they're old men.
they're
now, man.
old timers. I mean, God. Hey,
all
this
those
is
people who think Russell's so cute. He's an old man.
really. Well, they're all the girls who like older men. And here, wait a minute. Let's set the mood and bring up some of this music in the background here. Wait a minute. It's coming. Here it is. All right, put on your 10-gallon hats.
All right. Now, this is real music. This is the kind of stuff I like.
Right. We're talking with Chaz from Wall of Voodoo. And you're listening to The Rock Shift with Steven on 88.5 FM. And Chaz, you guys going to be going on tour? Or are you hanging out?
We're hanging out.
Yeah?
We'll be around L.A. for a while, yeah. We're hoping actually to start recording our album in about 3 weeks. So we'll be here for quite a while.
Where are you going to record it in L.A.?
Well, that's actually up in the air, but we'd like to record it here. We prefer to record here.
Yeah.
Because we like the studios, and the only other place where otherwise we'll import one from Limey Land.
Right. Have you guys played over in England before?
Yeah, we played there a lot.
Yeah?
We've been there 4 or 5 times now.
Great.
We were just there in October, actually, which is why Big City was released. It was released as part of we toured with that single over there. And it went really well. It was the best reception we've ever had in that country, actually.
What places did you play? You play in London? Where did you play?
Yeah, we played in London and Newcastle, Leeds, Edinburgh, Glasgow. We were supposed to play at Stratford-upon-Avon, actually, the home of Mr. Shakespeare, but that gig got canceled. I think they thought it was too weird or something.
Yeah.
You know? We played about 10 other cities while we were there. It was about 17 days and 19 days.
Have you gone over to the continent, played in
Nope.
European countries?
We keep going to England and we never get across the channel, so we haven't played in Europe.
I'll
yet.
try it next time.
Yeah.
All right. Let's mention one more time, and I do thank you very much for taking the time to come in. I know the other guys couldn't make it tonight because
they live too far away.
They just live too darn far from us.
I'm the only Valley boy in the band, so I came out.
All right, thanks for coming. Wall of Voodoo is playing at the Palace this Saturday night. We all hope you can make it. It's going to be an excellent show. And they're playing with the Lonesome Strangers, the new country sensation.
They are, too.
All right.
Great.
Chaz, thanks a lot for coming in. I'd like to play the flip side of your single, your new single.
You can listen for the mistake in there. There's an obvious mistake in this song, and you got to find it, right?
Okay. And the first listener to call in with the correct answer.
You have to tell me which drum beat it is that gets dropped.
And I will send a record album. I have several different choices here on a piece of paper, so if you want to detect a mistake, call, I'll send you a record. Actually, just for kicks, I'm going to give the second person who calls 885 KCSN a record. Simple as that, huh? The Rock Shift. What nice people we are. We're on every night from midnight till 5 in the morning, so hope you can tune in, not just tonight, but many nights in the future.
Yeah, help keep this guy awake, man.
Yeah.
I mean, what's he going to do all night?
I need some phone calls.
You got to call in.
As the phone rings and rings and rings.
Yeah, you never answer it. I mean, how do you expect people to keep calling you back when you don't answer the phone when it's ringing?
Yeah, well, that's just the kind of guy I am.
It's just like my mother told me, you know.
All right. Let's listen to Wall of Voodoo's new record. It's called Room with a View. This is on IRS Records. Hope you can find it. Oh, hey, we didn't want to do that. On an import somewhere, right? Only import.
Yeah. No U.S. release on this one, kids.
What did Howard say? He's going to get you guys in at the pub on Friday night?
Oh, he says he wants to, but I don't know if he can swing it that quick.
Yeah, it's a lot to ask, but this guy has power.
Maybe we'll come around in February and play at the pub.
Okay, excellent.
I'd like to.
And I invite you guys to come back some other time. Just whenever you want, you drop by and see us.
Okay.
All right, Chaz. Thanks a lot for coming in.
All right.
And here's the new single by Wall of Voodoo.
Bye.
Bye.
in my head. He whips his dog and his girl ain't there. Mine beats me up. He calls the cops. He pulls the shades and I get popped in my room with the view. This room with the view. This view is mine. Room with the view. It's my room with the view. This room with the view. This view is mine. Room with the view. It was 3 stories up. See it match blue. The boss of the chapter. I'm looking to see my room with the view. This room with the view. This view is mine. Room with the view. I said my room with the view. This room with the view. This view is mine. Room with the view. It was 3 stories up. See it match blue. The boss of the chapter. I'm looking to see my room with the view. This room with the view. This view is mine. Room with the view. Clap hands. Clap hands. Clap hands. Clap hands. Clap hands. Clap hands.
Touching down on my arm. by a tsetse fly. I was bitten by a tsetse fly. I was bitten by a tsetse fly. I was bitten by a tsetse fly.
If someone could tell me who that last song was by, I'd like to give you a record also if you want. Oh, well, I've got records by John Hyatt, a special 3-song EP. It's a collector's item, a limited edition. You might want that. Give me a call at 885-KCSN. And if you don't know who that last song was by, and if the phone does not ring within the next 10 seconds for that, I'll just give it away anyway. What else do we have? I have this message for you. We'll be right back. It's us, The Rock Shift, on 88.5 FM, KCSN. My name is Stephen Price. I'm glad to have you. Chaz from Wall of Voodoo was here tonight. Thank him for coming in. That was a good little insight into the Wall of Voodoo. They're playing Saturday night at the Palace. That was Frank Zappa that we just heard, believe it or not. That was called Harder Than Your Husband. And Wall of Voodoo was before that. That was a request, Tsetse Fly. Steve Hillage did a song called And Not Or. That's from his new record. And Wall of Voodoo did Room with a View. And now I'd like to give away a John Hyatt record, or Kim Wilde. If you'd like a record, Kim Wilde's new record, I'll give you that too. Here's a group called the 700 Club.
No worse ears off.